Okay, now let's bring Mike Stenhouse into the conversation. He's concerned about, well, you've had several of these over the legislative session. You call them bad bill of the week. This one is of a special concern to you because it involves jobs and the economy and employers and employees.
And it also involves the principle you just said. To progressive Democrats, Rhode Island employers are guilty until they can prove themselves innocent of discriminatory compensatory practices.
All right, so this is a piece of legislation by,
think of that.
I don't know if it's Aaron Regenberg, he's a well-known progressive, or maybe some of the others.
Yeah.
What's this bill all about, and what's your problem with it?
So we already have laws on the books that justly and rightfully protect pretty much anybody from wage discrimination. Okay, there's laws on the book in Rhode Island, federally. We've all heard of the Equal Employment Opportunity Commissions and rules and all that. They're very good, strong laws. But for progressives, this is not enough. They want equal outcomes for everybody. And they want to blur the line to what equal pay for equal work means. They want it to become equal pay for comparable work under similar conditions. What does that mean? That could mean almost anything. That could mean employees could be filing lawsuits all day against their employers. They want to impose strict new penalties on employers. And they really kind of suggest that employers need to prove themselves innocent by hiring either a costly consultant or staff person who can do an audit on their compensation practices. This is just, the whole principle of this is backwards. There is no wage gap, gender discrimination. Many legitimate studies have shown that. But yet the progressive left wants to advance this myth, and now they want to put added burdens on employers.
And that's why your organization calls it the Progressive Land of Make-Believe Bad Bill of the Week.
Right, we're making believe this problem exists, we're making believe there aren't existing laws, and we're making believe that Rhode Island employers are discriminatory. I disagree.
Now, does this legislation have legs? What is its status in the General Assembly now, if you know?
Well, it's kind of like, I think, a bill we talked about last year on your show, the paid time off bill last year. Everybody recognizes this is bad for employees, but nobody wants to be labeled as anti-employee, or in this case, anti-women, because this is being tabbed as a gender discrimination bill where it really includes all kinds of protected classes. And what happens is when you get business groups, insider business groups up there in Providence say, well, okay, we'll compromise with you and the left and we'll appease them and we'll try to get some watered down version of this passed. And then they pat themselves on the back and say, look at the good we've done, when all I've done is make things worse for employees in our state. This has got to end. There's a feeling of inevitability up there that someday some version of this will pass. We don't think any version of this bill should pass because there are already existing laws on the book.
Is it up for a vote this year or still waiting?
It's passed the Senate committee. The House is working with apparently some of these insider business groups to water it down a bit. We don't know what will happen in the House. Again, the Speaker, if I can make one more comment, the Speaker in his opening remarks this year to the General Assembly said we want to reduce regulatory burdens on our businesses. This legislation would increase regulatory burdens. Please, Mr. Speaker, please, House of Representatives, don't pass this bill.
Now, the Center sent out a release on, I think, a related subject as well. You have this Job and Opportunities Index, which shows Rhode Island at number 47 out of 50. Now, are you connecting these two releases in the sense that this piece of legislation would make things even worse?
Yeah, our governor and other political leaders want to tell you that because the unemployment rate is down, things must be peachy keen in our state. But when you look at almost any other broader measure of prosperity, our Family Prosperity Index, the Jobs and Opportunity Index, we're really not doing that well. And it's time that we, again, quit pretending that things are good in our state, look at how well or not well we're doing against other states, and really, hopefully that means we got to stop doing bad bills like the one we just talked about and start reducing taxes and regulatory burdens.
Mike Stenhouse, thank you for joining us with your views on this, and